Now, the structure of the payments industry is fast evolving, radically transforming the roles and the ownership of the payment process. In our last announcement for this segment, we're happy to have with us Ravi Patel and Cyrus Daruwala, who will be telling us more. So please welcome the gentlemen.
Great, thank you. Thank you for joining us all for this session. My name is Ravi Patel. I'm the Managing Director and Head of Partnerships for Episode 6. And I'm joined on virtual stage by Cyrus Daruwala, the Managing Director of IDC, covering financial services and fintech. We're very excited today to make two announcements. The first one is a seminal piece of research, as the title suggests, with I'd like to outline two main points there. The first one is an interesting trend, which is that by the end of the decade, 2030, as much as 60% of payments will be made in an asset class outside of fiat currencies. The second point is that by the same period, 2030, 73% of payments will be made by handled by non-FSIs, financial services institutions. And really what that all means is that there is a $250 billion payment opportunity, which is going to be fought between the players that are able to adapt to meet those needs. And linked to that, I'm very excited today for Episode 6 to launch E6 Designer, which is a new model for building financial payment products, which I'll talk about shortly. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Cyrus to talk more about that research.
Sure. Thank you very much, Ravi, and great to be at the FinTech Festival again. As Ravi mentioned, I mean, we look at the financial services practice across all of Asia Pacific, and we were very lucky to come across Episode 6 and partner with them at this various initiatives. The research that Ravi is talking about is predominantly to try and decipher where the payment industry will be over the next 3 to 5 years. And there are some early findings that I'd like to share with you, and why a platform or a partner like Episode 6 or E6 comes into sort of mainstream. One of the first things that we noticed in the payments landscape is how what Ravi mentioned just a couple of seconds ago. Traditional payments are waning off. Cryptocurrency, loyalty points, and various other cashback at point of sale, those kind of initiatives are picking up. Now, what that means is your traditional fiat currency is not your main currency anymore. Transactions could be, I'm using my loyalty points to pay for an air ticket. I'm buying or procuring something based on my earlier cashbacks, and so on and so forth. So the entire taxonomy around what is payments changes. Second thing is, again, a couple of people before us, and Ravi will mention as well, the word around fintech. It's actually tech fin. Technology companies that become financial services players, like Ali. Ali started off as a technology company and then became Ant Financial. You have somebody like a Google that gets into financial services. So these are predominantly technology companies that also have payments and financial services capabilities. The gentleman before the session mentioned how these fintech companies or tech fin companies, as Piyush Gupta of DVS puts it, tech fin, are the ones to watch out for. They are not only competing with banks, they're also competing with established networks such as Visa and MasterCard. Then you've, of course, got various other initiatives that can be lumped into everything open. And what that means is nobody creates solutions anymore. They consume platform services. They have IT services delivered through a platform, or they're consuming or publishing microservices. So that's what we call open everything and API everything and ecosystem everything. And last but not least, it's the government push. Every government, whether it's Pay Now in Singapore, whether it's Paytm in India, whether it's Money Now in the Philippines, and many other examples across Middle East, Africa as well, governments are not only promoting wholeheartedly, they're also investing in that. So this research that should be coming out in partnership with E6 should be highlighting a lot of that. We're pretty excited about that. So thank you for the opportunity, Ravi.
Thank
Over
you.
to you.
Thank you. And one point I just wanted to kind of call out from the research, which resonates a lot with our company, is around the theme of data. One of the kind of observable trends we'll recognize is the explosion in the volume of data that's out there. So as a payment technology company, or industry, we really need to think about how do we consume that data in order to make a better payment experience for the customer, or it may even help things like fraud detection. And on the other side of the coin, there's the creation of data. So how, as payment processors, are you able to get data from the merchant, from the issuer in real time, provide that to the banks and the fintechs? You can then think about new revenue models, which again, we talk about extensively in the research. So anyway, with all that, I'd now like to talk about a little bit about our announcements. But before that, a quick introduction to the company. Episode 6 is a company that was built in realization to the fact that the legacy technology in current practice is not fit for purpose. So we've developed Tritium, which we believe is the most flexible and extensible platform to build any payment experience with speed, ease, and unmatched configurability. 3 points I'd just like to highlight briefly. The platform was built natively to process any form of asset class or value unit, as we call it. So that could be a fiat currency, it could be a crypto, it could be a loyalty point, a fungible token. Secondly, we were built from the ground up, built on modern software on a single version, deployed in any way that the clients want to, whether it's on cloud or on-prem. And what that means is that we're able to offer unmatched processing capabilities. We're talking in the thousands of transactions per second, and also platform reliability, something we know is very important for customer service. And then the final point is around, we were designed for unmatched configurability to meet the customer needs. Today, we're live in 23 markets across 4 continents. We serve everyone from tier 1 banks all the way down to the most innovative fintechs. And with that, I'd like to introduce E6 Designer. So if you can just bring up the visual, please. Thank you. So E6 Designer was built to enable the next generation of product design, configurability, and management. We've essentially revolutionized the user-driven configurability, and we've built into it an experience that is as compelling as the actual capabilities that we provide within that. So customers who basically are looking to develop market-winning products, and also who are faced with the challenges of having a lot of options available for different product configurations, can use E6 Designer to build quickly and effectively. If we go to the next slide. So here is a series of visuals that kind of show how it looks and feels. It's a first of its time framework, and it sets out a series of tools that help you kind of build any payment experience with unmatched ease, speed, and configurability. It was designed to enable you to build any payment product. That could be a credit card, a debit card, a gift card. It could be a real-time payment experience on any payment rail. It could be a scheme payment. It could be a domestic payment. It could be through the ecosystems that Cyrus talked about earlier on. And you can customize that fully down to the customer level, something that's brand new for the industry and something that will help build innovative products. This is designed for the product owner, so they can basically have full control of their product, so they can experiment, innovate, and evolve their products to really, really capitalize on the $250 billion payment opportunity that the research talks about. So with that, if you just flip to the next slide, this is a call out to the industry, to banks, to fintechs, to any of the advisors of the players, even to vintage processors and core banking systems, that if you're looking for a payment technology partner, do reach out to us. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you very much, Cyrus, for joining us, and look forward to, wish you all a happy festival.